This is the new MP7 Mud Drauber. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It is a legendary blueprint, and I must say, it looks absolutely amazing. The way you unlock this is by doing an Easter egg in Warzone that involves the bunkers. You're going to be getting a ton out of this video. I have a complete comprehensive Easter egg guide, a quick rundown through, as well as some more in-depth visuals if you need more help finding some of the phone locations. We're going to be talking about the blueprint itself, and also have some tips to make the whole process easier for you. This video is also sponsored by Manscaped, so you can expect a fun brief message from them at some point in this video. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Skater. Welcome to the channel. Let's dive into these Easter egg steps. I have them broken down into 4 simple steps. Find a working activation phone, translate the Russian code, activate the 3 numbered phones, and then open Bunker 11. This infographic has everything that you will need to run through the Easter egg. I will be explaining it as we go along, and if you want a high-res copy, I will have a link in the description where you can go to one of my tweets on my Twitter and you can save the high-res version from there. You can do this Easter egg solo or with a squad, and one tip I will tell you right up front is to do this in Plunder. It's a million bajillion times easier than trying to do this in Battle Royale, because in Plunder there are less enemies, no gas, and most importantly, infinite respawns. So step 1 is to find an activation phone. I have 15 activation phones mapped out for you, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are some more throughout the map. These activation phones are indicated by the green markers on my infographic, and I will have gameplay of all the phone locations on my map at the end of the video if you need more help finding these phones. I'll have a timestamp for where that is, and it'll visually walk you through to where all the phone locations are. When you interact with these phones, they will either beep at you, which means this is not an active phone, or it will ring and some Russian dialogue will begin to play. After the jingle plays, a 3-number code will be relayed to you in Russian. This is the code that you will need to translate for step 2. If you don't speak Russian like myself, you can use the English translation provided to help you out. You can also interact with the phone an infinite amount of times, so if you need to hear the code again to translate it, you can do that as well. Here's an example of that code being relayed through the activation phone.
4, 5, 6. Слышал?
Once you have that 3-digit code translated, make sure you write it down in the exact order that you heard it, because these numbers correspond to the order that you have to activate the numbered phones. The numbered phones are in blue on my map. There are 10 of them total, 0 through 9. Like the activation phones, I will also have gameplay of each of these phones at the end of the video, timestamped on the screen right now for you to jump to if you need to. If you activate the correct phone, you'll hear a series of beeps indicating that you are correct. If you activate the wrong phone, you'll hear some Russian dialogue.
На севере чисто. На севере чисто. Понял. Отряд выходит.
If you hear this, you'll have to go back and play that activation phone to hear the code again and figure out what error you made when you were translating the code. Once you activate the 3rd phone and hear the series of beeps, you're ready to open the bunker and you're almost done with this Easter egg. You have to head north of military base where you'll find Bunker 11 across the road. You'll be able to interact with the panel on the right to open up the bunker door if you've done the Easter egg correctly. It will take a few seconds for the door to open, and once it's open, you can head inside and find all sorts of rare loot as a reward and cash if you're playing Plunder. If you head to the back of the room and go to the right, there will be some doors you can go through, and you will find a table with the MP7 Mud Drauber that you can pick up, and once you pick it up, you'll get a little blueprint unlocked animation, and now you are the proud owner of the legendary blueprint. If you're in a squad, only one person has to pick up this blueprint for the whole squad to unlock it. On my first run, one of my friends was getting murdered every single time he tried to get into the bunker, and he was never able to pick up the MP7, but he still had it after the game because me and another teammate were able to pick it up. So that's the Easter egg. Again, pretty straightforward. To recap, you find an activation phone, translate the code, activate the numbered phones in the order of the code, and then go open that bunker and pick up the MP7. Pretty straightforward. Be sure to remember what Sinister Skater is about to do, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Manscaped's Foot Duster, a foot deodorant. Simply spritz some onto your sweaty feet, and you'll have 24-hour odor neutralization thanks to active pH control and proactive sweat defense. Plus, your feet will smell great with Manscaped's signature scent. Get yours now with code CINY20 at manscaped.com. Now, as for the blueprint itself, it is a gunmetal gray blueprint with carbon fiber accents all over it and some yellow-orange detailing. You got like dynamics written on the mag. It looks so clean. I am a big fan of the way this blueprint works. The attachments you get with it are the monolithic suppressor, the Ranger foregrip, the 60 round mags, the no stock attachment, and the 5 milliwatt laser. And this is a really good default loadout. Like, it's really close to what I normally use for my MP7 and my custom loadouts. Usually I'll swap out the suppressor for like a compensator to help with recoil, and I'll opt for the stipple grip instead of the 60 round mag. But again, what they give you is totally usable, which is surprising because a lot of the blueprints often aren't like that. There'll be a couple of attachments that are not ideal. This thing, all those attachments are really ideal. And with the new Gunsmith custom features, all the custom attachments you get with this blueprint are exactly as they look, and it gives you some great options to make your own little mix and match custom blueprints. Lastly, a couple tips for you to do this Easter egg before we end with that location walkthrough. First things first, helicopters and vehicles are your friends. Helicopters are the fastest way to travel around the map. Ideally, you look for some helicopters while you're in the dropship and have your team split up so you can get like 2, maybe 3 helicopters so you guys can fly around the map and activate these things as quickly as possible. If you do find yourself stuck in the middle of nowhere without a vehicle in sight, you can also kill yourself or have an enemy kill you so you can respawn in the air and then parachute down to the next phone or the next vehicle to travel to the next phone, etc., etc. My second big tip here is to record the Russian numbers that you have to translate. This helps a lot. If you have an Elgato or any external capture card, you can record that dialogue and play that back on your computer, or you can use your phone to video record or audio record the numbers through your TV. You can play these back on the phone as many times as you want, but sometimes you're only going to be able to get one playback before a team comes in and kills you, and if that happens, then you may never be able to get back into that building to play that audio back to see what the numbers are. If you do record on your phone, you can parachute down in the sky and play that back and make sure you have the numbers down, and then go do what you have to do. And last, tips 3 and 4 are, in Plunder, you can make your own loadout, so I suggest using a loadout that's mobile but also powerful. The Grau is a perfect AR to be using for this. And be prepared for some resistance when you get to Bunker 11. And not just Bunker 11, any of the numbered zones. People are going after these like crazy, and they're going to be some hot zones. I've done this Easter egg 3 times so far, and 2 out of the 3 times we've had people waiting at Bunker 11 to kill us. They'll be sitting on top of the bunker in the bushes, just waiting to either kill you to farm kills or wait for you to open the bunker so they can kill you and then go get inside the bunker so they don't have to do the hard Easter egg steps themselves. I mean, the Easter egg's not hard, but you know what I mean. So scout your locations, bring in some kill streaks if you need to. Smoke grenades are really good because people can't see where you are. And as long as you can get in that bunker, you can get inside and then turn around and kill the people that are running down the murder funnel towards you. You have a big advantage there. So yeah, that means it's time for the phone walkthroughs. If you're interested in that, stick around. If not, be sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed or learned something new. This took a while to put together. Consider subscribing. Leave a comment. I hope to see you back on the channel in the future. But for those of you that want the phone walkthroughs, here we go. Let's start with the activation phones. The dam phone is on floor 1 on the northmost part of the building. There's a large control panel, and it's one of the phones in the middle of that panel. The Lozov Path phone is in the southernmost building of the northern cluster of the buildings there, and it is on one of the desks. Block 15, the phone is located in the 2-story building. You have to go to the 2nd story of the building, and the phone will be on the desk of the 3rd door on your right. In block 18, the phone is located in the gas station. If you enter it from the front and take a quick right, you will find it on a desk to your left. In Lumberyard, you want to approach this building from the front entrance and you'll find it behind a desk right ahead of you. In the Port of Verdansk, you'll find the phone on a desk actually in the sea domination flag of the map vacant. There are 3 in downtown. The first one is in the northernmost building in the gas station by the cash register. The second one is in the tall skyscraper in the middle of the map. When you take the elevator zip line all the way up, it will be to your right on one of the desks in the cubicles. And the last one is in the X building, which is the building directly out of the southern spawn of Ground War. You go up to the second story and it will be on a desk in the northern part of that floor. To the north of Granza Hills, there is a triangle roof building where there is a phone on a desk inside there. To the southwest of the train station, there is a rectangular building where you'll find a phone on the desk there. The southernmost part of Boneyard will have a phone in this 2-story building on a desk when you jump right through a window. In the airport, there is this blue glass building. If you go to the second story on the southern part of that floor, you will find a phone on a desk. In the TV station, literally in the middle of the building, you will find a phone on the desk, what you see right here. In the Riverside section of the map, the largest building there, if you go through the front door, you'll find a phone on the front counter. And yeah, that's all the activation phones. Moving on to the number phones. Phone 0 is in the military base in this building right here on the second floor. You'll find it immediately when you go through the door on a desk. Phone 1 is in downtown district on the A flag. You go through that front door, take a right, and you'll find a computer room with a phone on the desk. Phone 2 is in Lazoff Pass. There is a purple building where you go to the second floor where you'll find a phone in the corner. Phone 3 is in Kars River Quarry by A flag. Enter this door here and you'll see this little control panel with a phone sticking right out in front of you. Phone 4 is in block 18 in the police station. You go up to the second story, take a left when you get to the top, and you'll find a desk with a phone at the end of the hall there. Phone 5 is in TV station. The easiest way to get to this is to go to the lower story of the roof, drop through the window, and you'll find the phone on the right-hand side of the desk. Phone 6 is the most frustrating phone to get to because there's one way up, 2 ways if you parachute in, and people love to camp here and just try to kill you and make it hell. This phone is in the airport tower. You'll find it on the right-hand side when you get to the top of there. Good luck trying to get that. Phone 7 is to the south of the airport tower. You'll enter this door into the airport, run straight, and you'll see the phone on the desk. Phone 8 is in the hospital. When you enter the infirmary, you run straight. There's a little booth there, and you'll find the phone behind the counter. And the last phone, Phone 9, is at the dam. Within the dam, you go inside, take a right, and you'll find the phone on this little console hidden in there. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be a long video, but hopefully it helped you out. I tried to make it as comprehensive as possible. If you are still watching right now, hit that like button if you haven't already. What are you doing? You know you liked this video and found it useful, and consider subscribing because I always am posting awesome Modern Warfare stuff on this channel. Check the links down below in the description if you'd like to help support my channel. My name's Sinister Skater. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace out.